Let's get more on this on this development in Kenya. African Affairs analyst Patrick Coker joins me from London. Good to have you join us.
Thank you very much.
I mean, the protesters were very clear in their demands, and one of them was that they wanted the cabinet to resign. At some point, there was the conversation of maybe some of them should resign, but they said all or nothing. Now that, the President Ruto has now, sacked all of his cabinet members, will this somehow calm things temporarily?
Thank you very much, and good day, viewers. I believe that feedback that I have gathered shows that there is a semblance of calm. And indeed, some government officials and civilians have praised the president for taking this bold decision. And many have characterized it as a virtue or willpower or strength. Of course, as a political analyst, you will agree that this is more or less self-preservation. Otherwise, the leader might go. Actually, some of the protesters actually asked that he should resign. Now that he has taken this decision, of course, from advice he gathered during his interaction with the protesters, it shows that one is a listening leader, two, he has a strong will to take hard decisions, and number three, it is a lesson to other leaders that when you are in position, you must be sensitive to your environment, you must be empathic, you must not be arrogant.
Well, some would say that, look, if he was sensitive to the environment in the first place, that finance bill shouldn't have gone through at all, because he has spent so much time being the poster boy, for the West, in Africa, but wasn't really paying attention to what was going on at home. But my question really is, now that he has finally sacked his cabinet, what does it solve? I mean, in light of the actual problems, which is, the rising cost of living, corruption, justice, some will say, look, the buck stops with him, and he alone can decide the direction of his government.
Indeed, poster boy. Aside from this, he's been known to be a very strong people leader. Taking this decision, many Kenyans, of course, are not surprised. Going forward, you agree that he did not just sack the ministers. He actually defunded and scrapped support to the office of the First Lady. In addition to that, 47 agencies have been more or less scrapped because of inconsistencies and duplicity. So he is taking far-reaching decisions that are likely to keep the agitations minimized. One would wonder, why did he wait until this kind of carnage? I can tell you that leadership comes with great responsibility, also sycophancy. Even at the face of the crisis that happened, some of his core supporters will be telling me, Mr. President, you are a strong leader. Don't worry, it will simmer down. But this is when leaders must sit down and be empathic, be more listening, open your doors and talk to your people. For example, why did the parliament that represents the citizens, why will they go along with this kind of situation? It tells you that even the parliament is gradually becoming not for the people. They are now, once they get to the red chamber or green chamber, it becomes something else. Many of them become very arrogant, and they show off wealth that makes the people very, very angry. And this is the kind of tsunami, human tsunami, that you get when leaders don't act responsibly.
And in terms of responsiveness, it would seem as though the President Ruto has now boxed himself into a situation where he's caught in between lenders like the International Monetary Fund, who are demanding that he cuts deficit, and then a very hard-pressed population reeling from the high cost of living. How does he navigate this? How easy will it be for him to navigate this?
It is only when you have peace that you want policies and programs to be implemented. The first people that take flight when you are in a situation like this are your partners, because safety is very sacrosanct for them. And I'm sure with what has happened, many of those policies may be revisited. And what we're speaking about now is what will the people, the policies and decisions that will make the people more comfortable, more reliant on the government, more believing that the government is sensitive to their pains. The moment people know you are sensitive to their concerns and pains, the tendency is they will understand when you come out and say, let's take this decision. But when you go around not caring about how people feel, definitely I can assure you that there's no amount of international support or policies that will see the light of the day. You cannot manage people revolting against policies that don't support their well-being. We have seen it in Kenya.
I just hope, wish that, lots of African leaders can hear you in terms of, these policies and advisories coming from international lenders and how to properly domesticate it in a way that benefits citizens. Thank you so much for your time. Always a pleasure to have you on. African Affairs Analyst, Patrick Coker.
Thank you.
All right, let's turn to other stories. NATO's summit in Washington has rounded off